Hey everyone, welcome to Downward Thrust and episode 5 of Breakdown. It's your fearless leader ToneLoke here as always. What makes a truly great game? I'm talking about games that stand the test of time. Truly great games that we can look fondly back on. I'm talking about games like The Legend of Zelda, The Last of Us, Mario 3, Mass Effect 2, Half-Life, games of high caliber that demand respect. Although not conclusive and without further ado, here are the top 5 elements present in truly great games. Let's kick it off with number 1, originality and game design. Minecraft, Portal, Metal Gear Solid, Mario 64, what do they all have in common? All of those games provided a platform for future innovation. They were genre-defining games and set a gold standard for the creativity developers should be shooting for. Truly great games offer original concepts that go beyond traditional gaming conventions. They ask the hard questions, such as what is a genre, and how can I stand on my own 2 feet? They want to separate themselves from the gaming norms because they realize the beauty of originality. They can either be genre definers, such as Civilization or Street Fighter 2, or they can simply present the best possible version of a genre in a meaningful and creative way, as how Super Mario 64 did it when it redefined the way three-dimensional space should work in gaming. It showed us how cameras could work in multi-dimensional planes, their possibilities, their limitations. It gave us a unique toolbox of play mechanics to enjoy the world with, and it showed how important level design and progression were given hardware constraints. Minecraft showed that it could package the freedom for players to build worlds and define and redefine the formula behind letting players play the developer. Defying the laws of genres and conventional gaming development are the foundations for many truly great games. Number 2, truly great games have a rich and unified theme. A cohesive art direction is an immediate attention grabber. Menus, transitions, text, art, sound, they all work in harmony in fantastic games. A consistent theme wraps all of these elements up in a blanket and warms you toasty by the fire. You're constantly surrounded by thematics in games, whether you're aware of them or not. The music score, the game aesthetics, the art style, the way the interface looks when you hit the pause button. If done right, they naturally blend into the game and provide a seamless transition. From the moment you hit the start button, truly great games capture the attention of gamers by presenting a world that is completely self-contained and unified. Each sound, each piece of art, any asset of the game is a building block to a larger piece of the puzzle. We can get invested in games when we're surrounded by an idea that is fully developed. The Legend of Zelda, Wind Waker, the original Mirror's Edge, Ico, and Shadow of the Colossus. When you hear those names, you can feel the game and visualize what it's like to be in it. From the cyberpunk rooftops and cityscapes of Mirror's Edge, to the sense of foreboding and melancholic sadness in everything you do in Ico. The story, the subtle audio cues in the menu, and the soft edges of pacing. The bitter silence built into the world, you feel it deeply, and you remember it. Rolling down to number 3, truly great games are just plain fun. Fun games make you crave for them, like the smell of popcorn at the movie theater. The best gameplay mechanics are rich, satisfying, and beg to be explored. With a fully fleshed out gameplay system, our favorite games beg us to jump in and get right in the middle of that process because they are so immediately enjoyable. It's hard to deny the minute-to-minute fun in a game like Donkey Kong Country, or how much joy one can get playing Super Mario 64. Controls are tight, they're responsive and impactful. Remember the melee system from The Last of Us? It's brutal and relentlessly savage. And shoving a bad guy into a brick wall and decking him over and over, it just feels good. It's crunchy, the impact, it's so fun, and by God it's hard to watch too. How about Mass Effect 2? With its iconic third-person cover-based space shootouts, oh very lovely and so satisfying. The beauty of great games is that their gameplay matters. It matters because the quality of the game is otherwise so high that it demands our respect and attention to its detail. We are drawn to games of high quality as it reminds us how much mediocrity surrounds other games. Let's hop down to number 4. Great games are appropriately difficult. They don't hold our hands. They offer a well-rounded difficulty curve that eases us into the game and ramps up the difficulty over the course of it. Take a look at any classic platformer or adventure game, the Ocarina of Time, Banjo-Kazooie, my personal favorite, and Uncharted 2. The initial challenge becomes the learning tool that gets progressively more tense and difficult as the game goes on. We love a good challenge. These games give us the tools to be successful, but still present enough challenging gameplay pacing to provide enough stimulus for us to be constantly on our toes. They also provide meaningful consequence. You get what you put in with quality, challenging games. You want to take the easy way out and try to half-ass it through a game? Not gonna fly when you're playing Resident Evil 4 or hacking your way through Dark Souls. The best part about difficulty in games is that the residual effect is a sense of achievement. Meaningful content in life presented with enough challenge yields a more natural high, and we only need to look at our first few playthroughs of Dark Souls to illustrate this concept. And finally, number 5, some truly great games bridge the gap into real life.
We don't have to do this. You know that, right?
What's the other option?
Play The Last of Us. Shut off the TV and put down the controller. What are you thinking about? The infected? No. Zombies? No. Never mind. People. I feel despair. I feel love and loss, connection, survival. I feel the beating heart of two people desperately trying to attain some semblance of peace and safety. Immersion is a powerful drug that stays with us long after we put down that controller. It stands out as something truly great because Joel and Ellie's story is a recreation of what could really happen in that kind of situation.
Joel.
Let me see.
But it's not just that. It's the moral agenda proposed by the game itself. Murdering others for survival in The Last of Us doesn't feel good. It feels necessary. The same way it would feel necessary doing it in real life if God forbid something like this happened. The story of The Last of Us gave us a lot of hard images to swallow. Other games affect you in different ways. World of Warcraft taught us the beauty of fellowship, community, and exemplified what a few strangers could do together if they set their mind to something. The Witcher teaches us about conviction, attachment, and choice. Dark Souls asks us to arm ourselves with discipline and patience. And Mario tells us we can be kids again at heart. Of course, this list isn't conclusive. I'd love to hear your feedback on what things we can add to this list. Did you enjoy the video? By all means, drop the sub if you're new around here. There's a lot more awesome content coming, as always, 3 days a week. Thank you so much for watching, and wherever you are in the world, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, your morning, or your night, whatever it happens to be, and we'll see all you guys in our next video.